Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today? I was out this morning doing volunteer Bible education work, and I was freezing. It's not that cold temperature-wise. However, the dampness and the wind was terrible. So I come home frozen. I was going to do a couple errands and decided not to because it was too cold for me. Came home and had a bowl of soup, sat beside the fire and nice and warm. Which means I really should be bringing in wood, but I'm going to not because of the rain this morning. Anyways, the reason I was coming on this time of day, or well, even right now, I got a piece of hair that doesn't want to sit right today either, is because I had come across some information that I wanted to share with everyone. And it was a post that was done on the Huffing Post. It was talking about overrated products that dermatologists have reviewed and deemed not necessary for you to buy, that they're not worth the hype, basically. So that was how to save your expense. So although they're trendy and they may be liked, they're costly a lot of times. And they were saying, are they really worth the hype? And they were saying that the 4-star rating that they have on it doesn't necessarily prove that it's actually working. So the rating is high due to popularity or whatever. Maybe they're paid for reviews. I don't know. Kitty. Every time I get on camera, Kitty comes and she starts clawing at me and clawing at my clothes, and I still have my skirt on. I don't want it all wrecked. Excuse me. I don't know. Why doesn't she bug me somewhere else? Why does she have to bug me here? So anyways, the first product that they had on here was activated charcoal masks. And they claimed that they did clean the pores with ease, but it doesn't cleanse the way that you might think. Activated charcoal can absorb dirt from the skin on the surface that it comes into direct contact with. However, because it's mixed into a mask, the amount that comes into contact with your skin is not significant, so therefore it's not going to help you. Not to the advertised claim that they are sharing with you. And I think there was like 12 or 14 of them, so I'm going to split it in half so that the video is not so long for everyone to watch, because I know your time is precious and I know that many have many things to do. So the second thing that they had on there was the snail mucin cream, and it's another popular ingredient that's just trendy, and it comes from a special mucus form type of a snail. Like the snail produces a certain type of mucus. It's not skin boosting as it claims to suggest, because of its high content in hyaluronic, I can't say the word today, hyaluronic acid, which is proven to be excellent moisturizer. It can be found in many other skincare products, and without having to harvest it from snails. So my understanding was that you can actually get it from vegetables, so you wouldn't have to harm snails and their ecosystem. Number 3 was the Jade facial rollers. So maybe you've seen these on the facial rollers that are available in any type of crystal, like jade. There's rose, there's quartz, all made from different types of stones. According to a surgeon, there is no research to support their alleged anti-aging benefits. So I wasn't very familiar with them, and I just wanted to look them up a bit. So I was thinking, if you can do that with one of these rollers, why can't you just use your rolling pin from your kitchen? Especially if you have one of those little Pampered Chef ones with the nice little rounded balls. If you're going to do that and it has anti-aging benefits, you might as well save yourself your money than paying, exorbitant prices for products that supposedly do things that they don't. The next thing that they had was a facial toner. Often encouraged, benefits might not be what they seem. Most dehydrate your skin that cause inflammation and sometimes exacerbating acne, suggested to because of the alcoholic and base in them. So you want to use products that have glycolic and celiac. I had these all figured out the other day, not so much today. Salicylic acid instead. And they do a far better job in treating the acne and more effective exfoliation. Now, I don't use facial toner. I don't need it because I am a beauty guide with Lamb Life by Alcone, and their cleansing products are so pH balanced, there's no toner needed. So it's just wash and moisturize. Cuts out a whole step in between, cuts out the cost of that step as well. So if you're interested in anything like that, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to give you, get you in contact with what you need. And then there's the CBD skin care products. Now, cannabis is definitely a trendy item right now, and I'm not saying that in a bad sense, because I know cannabis does have a lot of benefits and it definitely helps a lot of people, and it definitely is a good plant with excellent qualities. These guys are saying that this industry is a hot ingredient in the industry. I don't speak English as my first language. How can you tell? Haha. Sorry. And this is showing up. It's showing up in all over the markets. So you probably have heard. I know it works for things like fibromyalgia, for pain relief. It works for things like seizures. But it's showing up in everything. No doubt that it works, and in many things, however, but the doctor says that there is no real merit surrounding any anti-inflammatory benefits in skincare. Even though the CBD research has shown that it can reduce inflammation on the skin, the doctor is wanting to see more research before backing this type of hype. Now, with articles like this, I think I find them a little bit of a double-edged sword, because, like I said, I know CBD is an excellent plant with excellent, what's words I'm looking for? Qualities that can help you for healing and different things. So, is it because this doctor isn't backed in getting any feedback or kickbacks from such a product, because it's a natural product? It's not done through the whole pharmaceutical thing, and I'm not wanting to sound like I'm slandering anybody. I'm questioning, and that's merely all I'm doing. I don't want to be put out here on public and say that I'm saying something that is I'm going to get somebody in trouble or get me in trouble. I just feel that sometimes research gives you a biased objection or objective of things that have been done, and it's because they didn't benefit from it. Sadly, we live in such a world that that can be the case for so many things. So maybe this, because it does have anti-inflammatory things, maybe it needs to be used differently on the skin, and maybe it does work. So in the future, that would be interesting to see. However, at this point, these dermatologists and skincare professionals are saying these products they do not feel are worth the price of the product, and that there's just a hyping thing. The next thing was the dark spot serums and dark spot removers. There's a ton of these available. And this dermatologist also felt that they are more effective at correcting uneven skin tones. than dark spots, suggesting that you need to seek products or further care from a dermatologist. So let me just double check this, how many there is. I have a point I want to say about that one. Perhaps I have 12 there. Yeah, so I have 12 there. So I'm going to stop with that one. So dark spot serum. I have not been a person who has been into skincare or the belief of needing skincare for a long time. And I may have said this before. I was just basically wash my face in the shower kind of a girl, and off I go. Didn't think about needing any of those things. Did want to wear makeup. Didn't wear makeup for a number of reasons, but the biggest one was I absolutely hated how it was on my face. I hated how it felt. I hated how it turned color. I would make my skin break out, my face break out. I didn't like makeup. I liked makeup, but I didn't like it on me until I came in contact with this company. And now I've got makeup on and you can't tell. I went lighter on mine today as well. I went for more of a natural look. I did have my soup, so my lipstick's gone a little bit. But it is natural looking and you can't feel it on your face. It feels normal. You don't feel like oh, careful, don't touch your face, you're gonna wreck your makeup. You forget you have it on. You go to bed, you can forget you have it on easily. So now, about these dark spot serums. I had darker spots in here. There was a big brown spot starting in here, and they call them age spots, I guess. And honestly, I wasn't concerned about it. However, when I've been using the skincare program, or products, I should say, from Lime Life, I started regularly in August of 2019, and so we're into just the latter part of November, and this spot that was in here is basically gone. And I would like to go to the end of this month so that I have a full 30 days in of using a combination of certain products that we have. And then I was going to try and find my before picture and post my after picture. But my skin is definitely clearer and brighter. It has more even tone. So what they say about more even tones, you can get it from other products other than dermatologists. Again, I feel my assumption of this statement made me feel that no, they don't want you buying those products because you're not supporting them, because they need their residual income as well. They need and I'm sure they have many jobs and functions that they do that would be extremely beneficial if you're able to afford them and have that as part of your daily routine or weekly routine, however many times you go to a dermatologist. I really don't know. But there are products that are relatively economical, and the ones over the counter, I would agree with what he says. I bet you there isn't very much benefit to them because they are about the name a lot of times, and the ingredient list isn't necessarily a good ingredient list, and it might be just that it might cover the spot right now, but as soon as you quit using it, maybe it won't. Again, I don't have the research. I'm not a researcher in that sort of field. I just know what I know from the products that I've been using, and because I went from using basically nothing and now using these, and the reason I went from using nothing and using these ones only is because of the ingredient list, because the skincare part of Lime Life is natural, like really natural, and I'm going to do a post about that as well. Because everybody's got this hype that, oh, our products are natural. They're made from this and they're made from that. It's like, sure they are. But what about this other list of 15, 16 ingredients? Why are they there? Those are not natural. And that is why I love Lime Life. So that was our thing. So again, we'll just go a quick recap on those. We had the activated charcoal. It's not necessarily worth your money because the activated charcoal has to be in contact with your skin on these masks, and if it's in a mask type thing, then it doesn't touch enough of the skin to activate and actually work. And then the snail mucus, again, that can be obtained from other sources. Don't necessarily have to take it from the snails. And they were saying that it didn't necessarily work from the snail on a person as well as even though what their compounds are of them actually would work. That sounded contradictory. The compounds of the acid that the snail has is the ingredient you're looking for, but perhaps it maybe not worked on a person the way that they anticipate it. Whereas if you use the other sources, such as a vegetable source or whatever, then it is working. The facial toners, again, a lot of times they're full of alcohol, and they're going to make you have more acne issues, whatever, because it's going to dry your skin, and it also clogs it. You don't want that. And as I mentioned, the Lime Life cleansers are so pH balanced that a toner is not needed. And that's what you want to look for. You want to look for lesser products and natural products and products that are of good quality ingredients that are good for you. And then the CBD skincare is known as a very hot topic and hot trend right now. This doctor felt that it didn't necessarily work on skin, even though CBD, the cannabis, does have auto-inflammatory benefits on skin. And again, this was their opinion, and he does admit he'd like to see more research done. So maybe it hasn't been opened up enough as a researched thing, that there is not enough to base it on. Then the dark spot removal serums, and they also claimed that they don't work, the ones that are off the shelf, and that you should see a dermatologist. And my claim was that that may be true. I can only give you my experience and what I know in life, and so far by using the products that I've been using, I'm noticing a very big difference in the brightness of my face and the colors of spots that were on my face. They're disappearing. I don't notice them as much. So just wanted to remind you, everybody, that the holiday collections are still very much available. There's a few that are sold out, but they are on the market. Beautiful things. This one is the lip scrub, and I absolutely love it. It smells it's just like creamy vanilla ice cream, I guess you could think. It smells wonderful, but what I loved about it is you tiny bit, scrub your lips, they feel great. This time of year, days like this, your lips tend to chap a lot quicker. And then the lip balm goes on top. This one has a light color in it. You can see it. Feels absolutely heavenly on your lips. And the other one I wanted to quickly show you was the Dew Confidence. This one, I am going to post some before and after pictures. I have a special needs son, and he didn't grow forever. He wasn't even on the growth charts. And then this last year and a half, he's decided to grow immensely. So he's nearly 6 foot already. It seems like every month and a half I have to buy him new clothing because he's just completely grown out of it. And because he's grown that fast at such a rapid rate, he's not necessarily overweight. He's got a good body size, but the stretch marks and the growth marks he has are everywhere, and they're really bad. So I've been treating them with the new Dew Confidence. I can see a difference, but I would like to give it just a wee bit longer because we've only used it a few times. And I'm going to post the before and after pictures to show you my own first-hand account of them. And if I'm brave enough, I can show you my marks from my belly too, because he was my special needs one. He was born with kidney issues, so when I was pregnant with him, I was absolutely ginormous. It got to the point where I could barely get my hands around my belly. I was so huge, and I kept asking the doctors, "Are you sure there's not, like, 3 in there instead of 1?" because I was really large, and due to that, he stretched me out immensely, and my whole stomach area never recovered properly at all. It's kind of a mess. So I will be reposting those pictures as well at some point. I hope everybody is staying nice and warm and dry on this rainy day. It was raining here right now. It's supposed to be turning to snow, so keep yourselves, whatever you need to do for the weather. Of course, you need to get out and get some fresh air too, so just dress warm. Thank you for being with me for this amount of time. I appreciate it. I hope that the information that I have provided to you is of benefit and helpful to you. Again, if there's any questions that you might have, please feel free to contact me. If you're watching this by replay, then just put #replay, and so I appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate everybody that's been with me on this journey. And if you find this of any benefit at all, I would appreciate very, very much that you sprinkle it about and pass it on to those who may also need or want information such as this. I am a research buff, in the sense that if there's something that I have an interest in, I've always had an interest in natural way of living, natural way of eating, natural products, natural farming, the whole bit. And I've been on that kick since I was in my teens. It hasn't gone away. I still research things. Sadly, my brain doesn't retain as much as it used to. Well, I suppose it's still retained in there somewhere. It's filed it, and I haven't been able to recollect some of it. So now I'm finding that I do more research, or maybe more often, even if it's for the same thing, just to remind myself. But anyways, if you find the information that I provide or are presenting to you of any benefit, I appreciate that you help me to keep growing. And I love researching, so let me know if you have any questions. So everybody, thank you very much. Oh, and don't forget to tap on the share or the follow me button so that you can not miss any of the videos that I present. I'm not regular presenting as much as I would like to be. Circumstances don't always allow that for me because of appointments and whatnot, and sometimes the needs are higher to achieve. So, but I do my very best to be as consistent as possible. So, have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you very much for everything. And we'll see you again next time. And I'll give you the other half of that list. There's 6 more products on there. Okay? Take care. Bye.